Greetings, fellow guests of the Sanctuary. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to The Castaway, Episode 11, Shotgun Wedding. So just a few walls left. We don't even have access to this internal wall if we build this one first, but we're almost done with the perimeter around the farm. Got our baby food ready. This freezer's struggling staying the correct temperature though. Probably from the lack of the auto door. And maybe from a lack of well, there's not a lot of double walling that it can do, but maybe from this being a thoroughfare. So I'm going to turn off the irrigation sprinkler for now until everything is set and ready. Not quite there yet. One of the other things I need to do is to set up some additional pumps, because our water demand is going to be, it's going to probably double at least, I'd imagine. I haven't done the math, but it does take a ton of water to irrigate something large. And then the other worry is, how far is this creeping? Because this isn't an issue yet, but it will be. It'll get there. Toast, how's your lessons? Wrote tier 2 out of 7 or 8. What is it? 8? And you are 10 years, 0 quadrums, 8 days. So there's still 52 days before you're... Wait, no. What is your biological age? 9 years, 1 quadrum, 8 days. So you have about 2.5 seasons for lessons. So I'm sticking the additional pumps in here. So now our pump capacity is 4,500 liters a day, which is a lot more. So once we get these walls deconstructed, we'll turn on the irrigation sprinkler and then start the fertilization once the biosolids are done, composting, which is in 16 hours. So, a lot of work went into this, but I really do hope it pays off. And I think, just as a stress test, maybe potatoes well, maybe I'll do a mix. I'll do a mix. So we'll do potatoes here. Rice and corn. Low variety. So in hygiene, we'll also add a fertilization area. Fertilize that whole spot. With any luck, we'll be swimming in food soon. So then the other thing that I wanted to work on is the workshop, which will be down here. I think before the workshop, I need to add a little bit more power generation, because the amount of power that a workshop is going to require is probably more than we're currently generating. We brown out kind of often. I could also add another battery. Help with the brownouts. The fertility of this area, if you're wondering, is 60. So it hasn't irrigated yet. But once the irrigation and the fertilization starts to happen, it should be arable land for farming. Come on, don't be overhead mountain. Yes! I can turn this into another windmill. Just barely. One tile to spare. Although with our scrapper meme, I could just break everything down and move it. It wouldn't cost me anything but time. Baby ETA? It's not blinking, so it's not immediate, but it's probably very soon. With the color-coded mood bar, the pregnancy icon starts to flash when it's imminent. So it does give you a little bit of warning right before it happens. We got fabrication, so I'm just going to go straight to advanced fabrication. And here is the sprinkler. So fertility is up in the 106% range. The steel water tower is able to handle it, which is great. And I'm going to sit everybody just like grow. It's exciting to be able to use this soil here. And the fertility will go up even more once we have it fertilized. I don't have a mod that does like tilling or anything like that. I figured that would make it a little bit too easy. Mods like that are really easy. You just till the soil and it cranks up the fertility. So I left that out intentionally. But we also have biosolids. So once this is sown, we'll start fertilizing. Glorious. You're loving the reclamation of land? Well, thanks. I hope to have a tree grove in short order, too. So throughout the day, the fertility does drop as it is not watered. But at least it's low power, low effort yield, right? It doesn't require a ton of input, especially if we start doing corn. So this is a stress test to see how viable it is. And then, you know, if we deem it fairly viable, I can set it to stuff like corn, which is more of a set and forget. All right. Well, with the farm done, build a workshop and prepare for baby. So it kind of sucks that my stockpile is here because that's pretty much where I want to put the workshop. Consider not fertilizing the potatoes. It's even now with the ashy soil and the fertilizer, it's down to 66%. So it's it needs every little bit of fertilization possible. Tech is now blinking, so it's like I think it's 1 or 2 day warning. Also, Toast, you might not want to doodle in there. You're like slowly dying. Yeah, kiddo. Doodling in the meat locker is not good for your health. So this is sort of the concept that I had, double walling this section in. Maybe even lower. Like that to sort of match the aesthetic over there. And this is plenty of space for a workshop. And then creating a door here in order to gain access to the raw resources that are stored. Oops, stored right out here. Minus where the trees are going to be. The floors for this will just be bare concrete. It's just a workshop after all. And then I'll move the cooler to not roast us alive. So I'm going to move the cooler one here and one here. The double wall between the workshop and farm, yeah, this double wall can go, because it will be cooled in here too. We're claiming that space as well. Good call on that. Botch, 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 botch. I guess you guys are... HUD's a good enough constructor now that I could probably rely on him. At 6, that's not too much failing. But the others gotta stop. It's almost time for tech. The green water will give me toxic buildup? No, it's impassable. So it's just a terrain blocker. Shiv and Tech are getting married. Wow. I don't know if this marriage is even going to work, because I think that there's a fair likelihood that she gives birth during it. That's how much of a shotgun wedding this is. She's like late 3rd trimester. We'll see. Here it is. I guess Nikki's holding the shotgun? Yep. It's a shotgun wedding. She's actually, given that she's the Junkrat Druid, she's running the wedding. Say your vows, because you got to go straight to the hospital. Get ready. It's coming. Better wrap this up. You're going to have wet feet. Not cold feet, but wet feet. It's a bit different. All right, so it is September the 1st at 5 p.m. How soon is the delivery? And also, Tech, you probably shouldn't be growing right now. You're so pregnant, you are screwing up all of the harvest as your manipulation is lowered. So there's not a lot of growing time out here. The irrigation sprinkler just doesn't... I wish it would irrigate like twice a day. That might help. Oh, here it comes. So, in labor, 4 hours later. Oh, man. Do you have a friend? Turtle and maybe not Toast. So let's have Turtle be there. And yeah. Okay, cool. So medical skill for Shiv. Age. Room cleanliness. 81% is on. Hustle. Hustle, hustle. You're gonna dump out on the wasteland. Oh, well, Nikki, I guess you're invited? Healthy! Nice! Congratulations, Shiv, you're a father. Raffle for the baby. That sounds weird. And gender reveal party says it is a baby thorn. Jump to the baby. What are you? Male. It is a boy. Put him somewhere safe. So, Nikki's already at 1 childcare, but I'm also going to put Tech and Shiv at childcare so that it's not just a stranger taking care of the baby. You know, no nanny. So let's play and, well, let's feed and then play. A little happiness on the wasteland. Chat, don't let me forget that I also have a palm tree that is slowly dying. So as much as we want to celebrate, I don't want to celebrate the birth of one thing with the death of another, if I can help it. I could get rid of the jagged edges. I don't like everything being perfectly rectangular. So I kind of like it the way it is. I'm too cool to be square. Oh, Toast went to go visit the baby. Well, you're happy. That's good. Shiv is exhausted and starving, so accurate. Quite accurate. Can confirm. Maybe not do that right now. Because I don't have components or steel. If you're wondering about the goals, that's in the About command. Just click the link. Alright, Tech, you're up. Congrats. Baby to the mama. I mean, mama the baby. I guess the space junk can get moved. I'll stick it next to the water cooler. The tower, whatever. And I'm going to probably raffle when the timer is up in 12 hours, or when the raffle timer is up, whatever comes first. Does anyone know, because I don't use the irrigation sprinkler for bad hygiene very often, maybe there's options here that actually has me ramp up the frequency. I don't think that there's a way, but if there is... Well, that's irrigation strength. All of this, by the way, is like default. I am not changing it. So I know that I could crank up the irrigation strength, but I'm not planning on it. I don't want to... I want to keep it default. You like his portrait? Very stern, serious look he's got. All right, Shiv, you ready to do a little redesign here? It's very hot out, so we need to do this quick. Although Thorn is chilling. So Tech, you're taking care. Yeah, Tech's taking care of Thorn so that Shiv can cook and work and all that stuff. Keep the base running. Our next thing he needs to do is get components both for a fabrication bench and also for that cooler so that the fabrication room is at 1,000,000,000 degrees. It's a little late in the day to go mining, but he's going to do it anyway. He's a busy dude. Very busy dude. Baby, are you okay? Baby's okay. I'll play with baby, but baby's okay. I do need a chair in there, actually. Take one of these stools. This will cut down on the time a lot. Just note to self, put one back in. And giveaway is now. Wow, congratulations. You are a little baby boy. Burrow Thorn. Who's... Oh, it must be Tech Thorn. Okay. But was that spelled the same? Okay, it is. Uh-oh. Oh, that's actually really good. I like this a lot. I got really lucky. So, I'm going to reveal something to you all. I am using the Reinforced Mechanoids 2 mod for a very good reason. So I'll explain a bit of the scenario first. The scenario, of course, is to make it green and lush. And the Reinforced Mechanoids 2 mod allows you to build weather controllers and climate adjusters. But if and only if it is you get weather controllers and climate adjuster chips, either from quests or breaking down the weather controllers and climate adjusters. So in this mod set, in the mod options for just quest chance, I do have the mech cluster quests ramped up to way more frequent in hopes to be offered a lot of mech cluster quests. It's part of this scenario. The thing is, if I manage to get 2 weather controller chips, I can make it rain. Like, I can just turn rain on and everything becomes a lot more lush. So that's one of the goals. And then if I get a climate adjuster chips, I can adjust the temperature on this map tile to be better suited for plants or trees. So what I'm hoping to do is to collect the requisite materials to be able to control the weather and make it lush that way. And this mech cluster is so stupidly easy to destroy, is an enormous joke. So thank you, Randy, for giving me a freebie. Very happy about that. Don't break my stools, dude. And Rafflerar, thank you for the raid. RimWorld Tribal to Ultratech, that sounds fun. And welcome back, because I know you were here earlier. So if I drive up the colony's value a little bit more, we're gonna get more quests, hopefully, that are mech cluster quests. The reason why I haven't had mech cluster quests yet, man, that's hard to say, is just that we're not wealthy enough to receive them, you know, because they're difficult. So the hope here is that that with the new workshop, I'll be able to start making things that are expensive, driving up the colony value, allowing me to get more cluster quests, which then allows me to actually fully terraform this map tile. Not just like tiny little slivers of it through irrigation, but full on bring on the rain and control the weather like I'm some sort of architect god. So I'm excited. Count me as excited. Alright, I still need to plant that tree. So as soon as that sprinkler goes off. There it is. Workshop is just about ready to house a fabricator. Oh, I have, what, 9 out of the 10 required components? That's insult to injury. We might get components just from blowing these things up, though. There's a free power cell? No, this is a countdown activator. Unfortunately. A ship chunk did drop. Yeah, that's right. Where was that? Here it is. Good memory, man. So fertility is really hard to keep up in this farm, but it is a lot more, or a lot less effort than hydroponic farm, which requires a ton of power and water. I don't know what's more, the hydroponic farm or this farm. I'm guessing this farm because it's larger, but I'm not sure. I'd have to run the math, and I'm not even sure how I'd go about calculating it, to be honest. All right, so as soon as Shiv is freed up, I'll have him go running for the ship chunk, and we'll get the fabricator going. I do have a lot of contenders for potential for being able to fabricate. Nikki can fabricate as it is now, already hit crafting 8, but we have Tech, who's 6 and passionate, and then Shiv himself is 6 and passionate. So if I raise their crafting skill just by 2, and Shiv learns lightning fast, so he'd be easily able to do it. That would be really good. So just a little bit. Did we break it down? Oh yeah, I already have 20 components, so we must have. So let's see. Gold, plasteel, components, advanced components, and then steel. All the required resources will be stored right around it. Where are you going, dude? He just like ran off. Construct over mine is already set up that way, so I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm also going to want to do the mech cluster before the countdown activator triggers, because it's just going to be a lot easier to deal with when it's dormant. Because I'll use a smoke launcher and just disable all the turrets, or have them not be able to see me, and then it's a breeze. Then maybe a shelf for construction projects in progress, unfinished. Anything unfinished is fine, because all the crafting should ultimately be done in here. Which means that I can also move the drug bench. I'll put the drug bench here. I don't have a hand tailor anymore. I got rid of it. Not that I would make one, though, because, like, I don't have fabrics. Not yet. How you doing, Guero? You good? You're good. You're real good. I think in the morning I will take out the mech cluster. So, build a workshop and take out the mech cluster. The B of build is like... There we go. Chopped off. So, Nikki, I'm going to have you in charge of making components for me. She looks happy about it. Which means not sitting at the research bench forever. Oh, an eclipse. Shoot. All right, I think what I'm going to do instead is turn off everything that requires a lot of power. Because that eclipse is probably... Yeah, eclipse plus, like, low wind is going to wreck our power generation. One of the things that will be nice is when things like this happen, once we have the weather controller, is we can just turn on things like rainy thunderstorm and drive the wind back up. We'll be able to control the wind. We'll be Thor, sort of. So who is the worst gunner here? Hudzini? All right, Hudzini, you're going to be Mr. Smoke Launcher. Let's go. Maybe Tech, you hang behind, because you've got a baby. I think that's a reasonable thing. But everybody else, let's go. It might be time for geothermal generator research, yeah. Uh-oh, the Militors are up. Hey, pivot. Pivot, pivot, pivot. I was sort of worried that they would arise. Tech. The call for aid goes out. We might want to fall back, actually. And I'll just have to fall... Oh, Hudzini is not doing so well. Fall back under the cover of the smoke so we don't get shot and deal with this later. You are getting shredded, though. Aye, aye, aye. Stupid Militors. Nobody likes you, Militors. You're the worst bot. And you've trashed Hudzini. Don't worry about it, Tech. Alright, the problem here is they're going to keep following. He's got 5 hours. So, Tech, actually, can you go for the other smoke launcher? Then we need to lay down extra smoke. So my cloud is about to dissipate. Now, the Militors are going to disengage once I get far enough away. So I'm planning on just, like, patching people up and then going to rescue Hudzini before he sanguinates. And then Tech's coming down to lay some smoke for the rescue. Yeah, maybe I should have come in from the north. Ultimately, they might have just been too close to one another, like, to ever have worked. But what I think I'm going to do is just to go for the snipe. So how close can I get? Oh, I'm already inside radius. Dang. Here we go. The rescue. 4 hours to go. I'm going to caravan so that I can also take the smoke launcher that's laying on the ground. And I think it's more important that I... Oh, yep, they're chasing him. More important that I get away from the area, which is why I picked him up. Nope, don't get shot. Now, let's get out of here. Regroup. Live to fight another day, as it is called. Alright, so for the zone, let's stay away from here. And HUD, I believe you have survived, but I'm not going to take me off a red light until I see that you're surviving your wounds. Because Shiv himself is pretty wounded. So, his ability to patch quick is not great. I don't know who I'm preaching health to, but either target is fine. I guess it was to Shiv. That works for me. All right, so the new plan is to maybe come around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to very crudely paint the kill zone, just so I can see it at a glance, so I have a pretty good idea of where the dome is, and maybe come in from this side with long-range weapons and just snipe the Militors until they're gone. It's going to be a lot easier to do. Clear out the Militors and then clear out the turrets. Where did that hit? Well, that was almost catastrophic. Not as bad as when they went through that side opened door area, but pretty bad. Hoping for no infections. I probably should have waited for Preach Health to see about infections. I didn't. I regret that. It's too late now. And this eclipse, just like I guessed it would, is causing brownouts. Well, we have our work cut out for us. But I'm up to the task. So another thing that I don't have built would be a machining table. Let's get one of those. I don't have precision rifling yet, which would allow us to easily snipe those Militors and not have them return fire because we'd be outside of the range. Militor's range is 13, and unfortunately most of our weapons are pretty close range except for Shiv's great bow. And Shiv is down kind of a half an eye, so it's not perfect, but I'm going to have him be the shooter anyway, I think. It could be Turtle. Turtle could manage it, maybe. Maybe I'll have Turtle do it. Have them switch up. Shiv is already responsible for so much. But that's not an unfair thing to ask of Turtle, I think. So once Turtle fully healed, I'll have Turtle harass the Militors until the coast is clear. HUD's alive! We barely limping around at a mile an hour. HUD, you definitely shouldn't be the one building. So the weapons we can make here are going to be a lot more effective, especially the heavy SMG. That's a very effective weapon to make. It's hard to justify the cost right now because we're so short on material. But at some point, we'll be sitting pretty and I'll be able to roll out really good arms for everybody. So I would say the workshop for now is kind of done. So the current priority is take out the mech cluster and defoliator. Both of those need to go. You hope Toast grows up to be a doctor? That'd be nice. Because Shiv can't do his own eye surgery, right? Like he needs another eye. Shiv's not even a great doctor. He's only an 8 with no passions. That would be really, really helpful. You are deficient. And Turtle's healed. So Turtle, let's go for it. So So the difference of range, the great bow has a range of 21. So there's a window where I get to shoot them, they don't get to shoot me. And that's what we're going for here. Very much a hit and run, where I land one shot, back up, try to land another, and never let them get close enough to close the gap and actually fire on me with their little shotguns. So it's a lot of micromanagement, which is not ideal, but there's not really a better way until I get sniper rifles rolled out to everyone, which is going to be a long time from now because they're so expensive. The other thing I could do, you know, I'm actually going to try the other thing that I just alluded to. The other thing would be to move the uranium slug turrets, or not slug turrets, the uranium mini turrets into the local area and then hook a battery up to it and let them rip. And I figure steel is a little scarce at the moment, but like might as well try to go, well, I'll try a little bit more this way. Turtle was landing some pretty good hits. But then if I have any close calls where the Miltors get too close, I'll go do it the sort of automatic way. Is there any plasteel on the map? There's one node of it left. One tile of it. So not a lot of plasteel in order to make advanced components, so we're going to have to deep drill for it. There might be some in the mountains that I haven't yet discovered, but digging around in those mountains for plasteel is going to be probably slower than just deep drilling for it. Or long-range scanning. We don't have caravan animals, so long-range scanning isn't great for things like plasteel. The other thing that I could do, and there's nothing stopping me other than investing the resources, is to get a comms console. There is a bunch of silver to be mined on the map, and I could start buying things like plasteel. I mean, plasteel is usually pretty overpriced, but it's not absurd to do if we need it in a pinch. So yeah, let's get a comms. I'll stick it here. How's it going, Turtle? Not hitting anything. Yeah, we could also buy wood for the ritual. Exactly, for the Gao True ritual. Calling for military aid as well, once we're allied. And trade once we're allied. Oh, we got one. So the chance to hit is about 30%. I don't think I've been landing at 30%. Well, once they're farther away, it's more like 24. But I haven't even been hitting like a quarter of my shots. Despite the fact that it is a masterwork bow. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to let her turn in. I think this is actually going to be easier than moving the turrets, though. Moving the turrets is kind of an ordeal. So I'd like to avoid that. So I would say corn is obviously the most efficient, but it might be the riskiest just because of the grow time. Until I get a weather controller that allows for the production of, for the forced weather rain. Now we still have low food and low medicine readings. But if I manage to keep these crops intact, This is going to add a pretty nice windfall to our colony, I think. The baby doesn't really need a latrine. Babies don't use latrines like that. I'm taking it out. Thank you for tuning in to The Castaway, which originally streamed live on Twitch March 18th and March 19th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow castaways,